Straight ahead on CCX News, an area of Plymouth prone to crashes, but the solution to fix the Rockford Bridge over I-494 isn't cheap. Plus, a crystal flower shop takes time to smell the roses after reaching a significant milestone. And one last year to light up the night sky, a prominent lighting display is expected to go dim after this year. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. Plymouth is looking for help to improve one of the most dangerous interchanges in Hennepin County.
According to Plymouth city officials, the bridge that goes over Interstate 494 at Rockford Road can no longer handle the current levels of traffic. As Delane Cleveland reports, state lawmakers took a look at the problem themselves today.
Every day, nearly 40,000 vehicles use this bridge on Rockford Road to either get onto or pass over Interstate 494. But according to the city of Plymouth, the bridge handles 26 times the traffic than when it was initially constructed in 1964.
You can see the deteriorating bridge, 52-year-old bridge. We've got public safety issues, we've got congestion issues. Anybody that's lived or traveled in this area knows about this bridge and how hard it is to navigate through.
State Senator Paul Anderson joined city leaders and other state lawmakers to see the bridge firsthand. He says one of the biggest issues with the bridge is there aren't dedicated left turn lanes, which means that drivers have to wait for brakes in oncoming traffic to turn left onto 494. City officials say because of that, this area averages 33 crashes per year.
We really rely on 494 to get goods and services and commuters around our community and beyond, and so this is really a very important segue.
It's a real challenge both from congestion and public safety, so we're really hoping that we can find a solution.
Anderson says the proposed solution is to build a so-called diamond interchange that features dual left turn lanes. Experts say the proposed interchange would improve public safety and traffic flow and reduce congestion. But it comes with a price tag of $10.7 million. Plymouth has submitted a bonding proposal to pay for the project.
And I think by virtue of the fact that we're out here today looking at this bridge, we're going to look real long and hard for that. There's definitely a need here.
Whether the rest of the state legislature feels the same way is the big question. Mayor Slavic hopes that getting some key members out here will help their case.
We can, go and testify and talk to them all day long, but to really get the experience, I think it's important, and we certainly appreciate their time coming out today.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
If the state legislature approves the bonding request in the upcoming session, the hope is that construction could start in either 2019 or 2020.
After a few changes, plans for an upscale apartment complex in Robbinsdale are moving forward. The Birdtown Flats would be located near Citizens Bank between West Broadway and Bottineau Boulevard. Changes to the project were made because of feedback about traffic and parking. Those changes include replacing the parking area and ramp with underground parking where vehicles enter at the back of the complex. The developer is also now proposing a slightly larger building with up to 152 units. City Council will hold a public hearing on the project on December 19th.
Brooklyn Center is moving closer to changing its liquor license ordinance to allow more restaurants to serve alcohol. Fast casual restaurants like Chipotle, Qdoba, and Wingstop have indicated a preference to serve craft beer and margaritas. However, Brooklyn Center regulations are stricter than other nearby cities, requiring higher seating capacities and higher food to liquor sale ratios. The city wants to loosen its regulations, believing its current rules put it at a competitive disadvantage. Fees for a liquor license would also decrease. And one other notable proposed change, alcohol would no longer be served until 2 a.m. in Brooklyn Center, instead moving up last call to 1 a.m. The Brooklyn Center City Council is expected to hold a final vote coming up on December 11th.
Our lack of cold weather is saving cities cold cash. The Crystal Public Works Salt Barn is well stocked these days due to the warmer temperatures. In fact, the department hasn't put any plows on the road this fall, which is something they say hardly ever happens. The city buys salt a year in advance, so the money is already spent. However, there could be savings in the future.
What this means, if we have a really mild winter this year, we'll need to order less salt next year, which will be helpful in the budget because we have so much stockpiled, which we couldn't do without facilities like this. What we're saving right now is just not having guys out plowing on overtime and kind of the wear and tear on equipment.
Although crews are not removing snow, they are busy keeping streets and trails clean and clear of leaves. It's one last time to shine in Plymouth.
And Mike Justak is the guy behind this holiday light display that's known as PD Shimmers. Justak does it every year to raise awareness for Parkinson's disease. His impressive light show spans both sides of his block. Justak, who battles Parkinson's himself, staged a trial run over Thanksgiving weekend. The official opening is tonight, that's Monday evening, as Plymouth Mayor Kelly Slavic will flip the switch.
There's 8 homes here on Ithaca Lane. It's 60,000 lights in total, which is significant by the fact that there's 60,000 new people going to be diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2017. So I shine one light for each and every person who's diagnosed this year.
Unfortunately, this will be the final year that Justak will put on the display due to his disease. For more information on the display, you can visit pdshimmers.com. Well, many other families are also getting into the holiday spirit.
They too are busy putting up Christmas trees, lights, and other decorations. And as Eric Nelson reports, there are some certain things to look for when getting your tree.
The holiday season has arrived, which of course means many folks are in pursuit of the perfect Christmas tree.
The next couple of weeks here is going to be the busy time. And with these nice days that we've been having, I think that's going to enter into it a lot.
At the Home Depot in Brooklyn Park, the tree area resembles a mini forest. There are plenty available, ranging from Black Hills spruce to Fraser firs.
We're doing 10% better than we did last year, so we might move, 900,000 trees.
Home Depot employee Rich Rux has some tips on how to find a quality tree. He says in the Christmas tree universe, size and weight does matter.
You would like to get a heavy tree if you can, because that means that it's pretty full of moisture.
Holiday buyers should carefully check a prospective tree to make sure it has the exact look they want.
Typically when it's warm out like this, they'll spread fairly well, and you can get a pretty good idea of what they're going to look like at the time.
So once you've found that perfect tree, you got to get it home and quickly get it into a bucket of water. You don't want this thing to dry out.
Keeping your tree green is really simple. It's all about the H2O.
Once it's in place, make sure that it's well watered, checking it frequently for the first 2 or 3 days, because that's usually when they suck up the most. And then after that, check it daily to make sure that it's got all the water it needs.
It's also a good idea to cut the base of the tree and get it netted up before taking it home.
We should be able to handle whatever customers need and take care of them.
In Brooklyn Park, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
In some parts of the U.S., there is a Christmas tree shortage causing higher prices. But after checking with local tree suppliers in our area, including the Brooklyn Park Home Depot, there does not seem to be an issue here. Well, still ahead, a major milestone reached for Crystal Floral Shop.
Plus, the Wayzata girls basketball team shoots for a championship at the Elk River Thanksgiving tournament.
But first, taking a walk on the mild side, temperatures remain above average.
A Brooklyn Center couple is back from Pennsylvania, where they took part in a ceremony honoring fallen Minnesota soldiers at Gettysburg.
Diane and Daryl Sanis are Civil War historians who found out that some Union troops at Gettysburg were from the northwest suburbs.
Not only did the 1st Minnesota save the Union line and maybe the Union at the Battle of Gettysburg, all of the regiments distinguished themselves in service, created quite a reputation for themselves and for the state.
Diane and Daryl took part in a wreath-laying ceremony at Soldiers National Cemetery. They paid tribute to the 150th anniversary of the first Minnesota urn, placed there by Minnesota soldiers to honor their fallen comrades. The urn was the first memorial put up at Gettysburg. The Sanises say Minnesota played a prominent role in the Civil War.
One of those soldiers who used to live where we live in Brooklyn Center died at Gettysburg. It's hard to believe that there are young men, 18, 19 years old, here from Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, Champlin, that went all the way back out east and fought in those battles and gave their lives for that.
Daryl and Diane Sanis called their recent trip to Gettysburg emotional and overpowering. Crystal Small Business is celebrating a big anniversary.
In this week's Business Matters, the family-owned Cardell Floral is marking 50 years this week.
It has actually 3 poinsettias in it, and it's very full and beautiful.
At Cardell Floral in Crystal,
So now we'll decorate this with pine cones and a bow. We call that dressing the plant up.
the holidays are in full bloom.
Definitely a flower shop is driven by holidays, so we're very busy on Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. I think I'll take this Christmas tree one here.
For shop owner Nancy Springbrum and her daughter Jill, running this full-service flower shop means helping customers celebrate life's milestones.
We've been here a long time, and those people that walk through the door have been coming through here for years and years and years, and it's really neat to see people come and then their children come and we do their weddings or we do the babies, and it's neat.
Now Cardell Floral is celebrating a milestone of its own, 50 years of business.
Yes, it's sensational. What small business stays around that long?
Opened in 1968, Cardell Floral got its name from original owners Carl and Dell. The Springbrums bought the business in 1995, and they've made changes to keep the business relevant. For example, offering an online website keeps their customers ordering local. And they've recently acquired customers from the shuttered Paonia Floral in Robbinsdale.
The floral industry has changed because of big order gatherers who are people in cubicles taking orders that have no idea what they're selling you, and you can still get flowers at a good price from your local flower shop online.
A unique mixture of new and vintage gifts purchased at estate sales also gives customers reason to visit the store and check out the holiday vignettes.
I remember as a child I used to go to a special store at Christmas time just to go and see how festive it was.
There is much to celebrate this season for a small business that's weathered it all. And Cardell Floral is celebrating its 50th anniversary through Saturday. Soon he'll be coming to town, but in the meantime, see how Santa will be busy writing letters.
But first, highlights from the CCX Media Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament as Maple Grove plays Edina for the championship. John Jacobson is in next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. The Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament started back in 2002. The longtime Thanksgiving weekend tourney features 4 very good programs. Host Wayzata plus Maple Grove, Holy Family, and Edina. Maple Grove faced top-ranked Edina in the championship game this year. The Hornets will get on the board first. Liam Malmquist buries a rebound and puts Edina up 1-0. Maple Grove answers on a power play as they get the puck to the net, and Tyler Kostelecki puts the rebound away, tying the game at 1. It's 2-1 Edina after 1 period. Second period, Ben Brinkman will ring it around the boards to Malmquist. He sets up Demetrius Kamantzis for the pretty goal to make it 3-1 Hornets. Maple Grove once again responds. Matthew Jaglow on the rush gets around the defenseman. He ducks a shot away. And Maple Grove was within 3-2 after 2 periods. But Coach Kurt Giles and the Hornets erupt in the third period. Tic-tac-toe passing on a 5-on-3 here. Jet Jungle scores to make it 4-2 Edina. On a rush, Max Borst will drop it to the trailer Evan Shoemaker for a goal. Edina scores 3 times in under 3 minutes, and they pull away for a 6-2 win. After playing well but falling in a shootout against Maple Grove in the semifinals, host Wayzata looked to bounce back in the third-place game. Trojans skating against Holy Family in the new Rink A at Plymouth, now a standard-sized sheet of ice. Early first period of this one, and the Fire's number 17 Cole Wilson will score from the slot, and it's 1-0 Holy Family. A few minutes later, Joe Hankinson down the wing, and he will snipe a shot in on the short side. And it's 2-0 Holy Family after a period. Second period, the Fire with a 2-on-1 break here, and it's Dan Redden taking the John Simon pass. He scores. That's a shorthanded goal for Holy Family, and they'd add 1 more in the period to go up 4-0. Third period, Ben Almquist with a pass to Simon in front, and he scores the 5th goal of the night for the Fire. Wayzata finally gets on the board. Tyler Dingman's shot from the point gets through, but it's Holy Family winning 5-1. In addition to boys hockey, girls basketball teams in the area are getting their season started. Wayzata should have a pretty solid team this winter, and the Trojans shot for a Thanksgiving tournament title over the weekend. Wayzata meeting Moorhead in the final of the 4-team Elk River tournament. Early on, it's Moorhead's Riley Palamy taking the pass and hitting a three-pointer to give the Spuds an 8-4 lead. Good breakout pass here for Wayzata. Jasmine Smiley to Lydia Hay for the layup. That pulls the Trojans within one. Annika Stewart is double-teamed in the block, but kicks the pass out to Ella Schrader for the open 14-footer. The Trojans have a 4-point lead. Moorhead, though, finishes the first half on a 15-4 run. Sam Hybe follows her own miss to score and give the Spuds a 7-point lead on Wayzata. But the Trojans come out strong in the second half. Mimi Schrader passes to Hay off the inbound. Wayzata's within 2. Jenna Johnson drives hard to the basket and scores here. Wayzata comes from behind to win 57-51, and they start the season 2-0.
Our focus at halftime was do a better job getting to 50-50 balls. I thought we got outworked a little bit in the first half. That's a scrappy, physical, talented team. We had a nice little run to start the second half, took the lead there, and then it was a dogfight. But our physicality in the end, I think, did the trick.
For sure builds confidence. I mean, we know we have the potential to be a great team, but we still have to work to get there, and I think just these couple wins kind of show that, we can gut out games and really compete, so yeah.
And the Wayzata girls will be featured in one of the 3 full-game telecasts we'll have for you this week on CCX Sports as winter season really gets rolling. First is a boys hockey matchup Tuesday night as Hopkins pays a visit to New Hope to take on Armstrong Cooper. That game will be live on our website only at ccxmedia.org. It replays on channels 12 and 799 Wednesday night at 7. Then it's Wayzata visiting Maple Grove in girls hoops Thursday night. That game is live on TV and on the web. It replays Saturday night at 7. Friday, Armstrong's girls basketball team is at home for a non-conference game against Simley. Watch that one live on channels 12 and 799 or online. And that is all for sports today. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Well, finally, he's not only making his list and checking it twice, he's also writing back to children who send him letters.
Santa Claus and his helpers are accepting mail in Plymouth. Families can drop off letters for Santa now through Friday, December 8th at 3 different locations: Plymouth City Hall, Plymouth Ice Center, or at the Plymouth Creek Center. And just a reminder, Santa can't pay for all the postage, so do include a self-addressed stamped envelope. And that does it for us. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again on Tuesday.